Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy AJ, aka Sensei Swole. Now I'm here for a new video for the channel, and this is going to be another sit down one. I usually use this area of the room with these goodies back here when I do a sit down video. You may have noticed that already as a ongoing theme on the channel. But yeah, so today's topic is actually one that I need to sit down and talk about because it is a bit of a deep one, or a personal topic. So today I'm going to be talking about a big part of my weight loss journey up until now and competing on the bodybuilding stage, which is my weight loss and the loose skin that came with it. So I do get asked a lot on Instagram and on Reddit when I shared my transformation post, which got quite a big response on that if I ever had anything done for my loose skin or how I manage my loose skin so well when dropping weight, because a lot of you have actually said that you can't really see it that much, and it's true. I've learned how to kind of hide it when I'm competing on stage, and how to sort of change my positioning of my arms or my torso in certain poses to sort of hide that loose skin. And I'm basically going to share some photos and images across that weight loss journey that I haven't put up before, just showing that where that loose skin actually does lie and how it kind of looks. So I'm going to start off with some things on the screen here and I'll just talk over it. So with these first couple of images and photos, this is when I was about a year into training, probably down from 130 to about 105 kilos with some decent muscle mass as well. And as the journey kept continuing, when I was hitting about 90 kilos or so, around this point here where you can see in this photo and video, is when I started seeing things for the first time, such as visible veins, definition in my delts, and visible abs as well. And I couldn't really notice the loose skin here because I saw it to have some fat underlying that skin, so it wasn't really drooping or dropping down. It was more so still fixed and pretty firm. But as we continued forward and I was approaching 2019, 2020, when I was getting to my leanest at about 79, 80 kilos, this is pretty much where I had barely any fat on my body. I was about 9 or 10% body fat, and this is where you could start to see the loose skin taking form on the lower abdominal region. Now, it honestly isn't that bad considering I had dropped 50 kilos or 55 kilos by this point. And the reason why it wasn't too bad is because I did my weight loss in phases. So I didn't really drop the 55 kilos straight away, full throttle from when I started training. I did it sort of in increments or in phases. So basically in 2017 to 2018, I think I dropped 30 kilos in that first year, going from 130 to 100 kilos. And then from 2018 to 2019, I sort of dropped and maintained around 90 kilos for a year, trying to put on some solid strength gains, hitting some PBs. And then 2019 to 2020, before my first competition, I sort of ran my own prep diet. On my own, I sort of looked up, competition prep diets, macro calculations, distributions, and things like that, and did a 4-month shred going from that 90 kilo mark to 79. And then 2020 November is when I did my first competition, where I only had to drop an extra 5 kilos or so, which wasn't too bad. Now, since these were basically in blocks of dropping and maintaining weight, I feel like I didn't really stress out my body and the skin too much, and I had time to sort of adapt and get comfortable at a certain weight range for myself. So I think that may be a key for why obviously the loose skin isn't as bad as you may think for a 55 kilo weight drop. And also I think age is a good factor as well, because I was dropping this weight between the ages of 19 to 21, the major weight drops. And that's a big factor, as well as things like diet and hydration. So I was keeping my diet pretty well in check for the last 2 years or so out of the 4 years of weight loss, because the first 2 years I wasn't really following a structured diet plan. And hydration is a big thing. I usually have about 5.5 liters of water a day, which is really good for skin health. And I'm going to show you guys real quick here how my skin's still looking at the moment. Obviously right now I'm not at my leanest. I'm up about 6 kilos from when I just competed in December 2021. So hovering at about 79 kilos, but still pretty lean, visible abs, and you'll see here in a second that there's still that lower abdominal skin. So one thing I wanted to share is how I feel about this loose skin and if I possibly want to get something done for it. Now, going into my first competition in November 2020, I remember when I first shared my weight loss transformation with people, I was shitting it. I really wasn't even going to share it. My hand was literally shaking. Like my phone was here, my hand was rattling when I pressed post, and I didn't touch my phone for like 2 hours after that. So I didn't know what the reaction was going to be. And yeah, it was awesome, so much love and support. But nevertheless, like I still had a lot of doubts and, negative thoughts in my mind, because when I was going to get up on that stage, you wear some really, revealing bodybuilding trunks, and the loose skin was, seeping out the bottom, or, hanging out the bottom a bit. and during some certain poses it would start to pull out the top of the posing trunks, so it was quite visible no matter how much I tried to hide it or changing my posing on stage to sort of work around the loose skin. So obviously at that point I decided I wanted to do the 2020 competition. Whatever happens, happens. And I was over the moon when I placed first in the juniors division and also placing top 3 in the novice division, which were these ones here for my first competition in 2020. But after the 2020 show and before competing again just recently in November and December of 2021, I actually had consulted with a specialist or a plastic surgeon, to get a skin surgery done, which is an abdominoplasty. For me, it would have only been a mini procedure where they're just going to cut the bottom portion of that skin and basically stitch it back up. The scar would have only been about this big, and it would have been concealed under posing trunks. I'd gone through the consultations, talked to the doctor, gotten the contract in my email. I was literally one signature away from getting it done. But then I had a lot of people convincing me that I should wait it out. It might get better over time. I might be able to, add some muscle on and tighten up the area. So I held off. I competed in 2021 and same thoughts crept into my head right before stepping on stage 2 months ago about the loose skin, how it impacted my scoring on stage, the judging. Because at the end of the day, bodybuilding is a sport and you are going to get judged on everything they see. Your muscle, your symmetry, your posing, but also your definition. And with that loose skin, it does hide some definition in my lower abdominals. Like if I were to simply tuck it, you'd be able to see much more definition in that lower abdominal region. And I almost look 1 to 2% leaner, even though I was already at about 4 or 5% body fat in my last competition. So I held off on the surgery because I thought I'd wait it out. And in some way, I do kind of regret holding off. I think it's something that I'm just going to get done in the future, so I should have just gotten it done then. And then same thoughts right now. It's been 2 months since the show. I don't plan to compete until another year or 13 months away. So I thought about getting it done now. It'd be a 4 to 6 week recovery period from the surgery, 2 weeks of no training at all, 2 weeks of light training, so 4 weeks after, and then probably getting back into the routine. And in the off season, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. It'll obviously reduce my calories and my food intake, and then hopefully bounce back and muscle memory will do its thing after that. But right now I'm still sort of worried about getting it done. There's still some complications, health risks, and I want to make an educated, smart decision about it. So look, I have 13 months before my next competition in 2023. I still don't know if I'll get it done. If I decide to, I want to get it done before middle of the year. So I still have a month or 2 of gaining weight before I start shredding again in November or December for my April 2023 competition. But it is something that plays in my mind all the time, whether I'm on that bodybuilding stage or even going to the beach. I might look lean and have visible abs or something on the beach around competition time of the year, but with that loose skin, it just sort of seeps out sometimes from the shorts I'm wearing or whatever I'm wearing at the beach. After going in the water, I have to tuck my shorts back up because that loose skin is sort of, pulling out of the shorts, and it does sort of make me feel a bit negative about my body, even though I've, dropped that weight, put on so much muscle, and had an impact on others for weight loss, and been receiving countless number of messages saying that I've helped other people get on their weight loss journey. It just sort of plays at me. So personally, I do think I will get a surgery done at some point. Like I said, I held off last year. Right now I'm still contemplating. Who knows, I might not get it done and still just compete next year in April 2023 and decide to do it after that. I'm not in a rush, but at the same time, I really don't want it to be a negative factor towards my physique when getting judged on a bodybuilding stage. I love bodybuilding. I want to do well in it. I want to hopefully earn a pro card in the Natural Federation. And if it does make the difference between coming 1st and 5th, or 1st and 3rd, or 1st and 2nd, of course, then it is something that I will have to get done because I really want to do well in this sport. But for now, that's basically it. That's how my loose skins look throughout the weight loss journey. Sort of the things that I've done to minimize that loose skin appearance or the extremes of it. And my thoughts about getting a surgery, abdominoplasty done for it, which I do think I will get done sometime soon. I'll obviously update you guys about that and let you know if I ever decide to do that. And I'll maybe make a mini series about that too. But yeah, if you want to stay up to date with everything I'm doing, whether it's bodybuilding, training, diet, loose skin related, you can always hit me up on my Instagram at AJAY with 2 more Y's at the end, so AJ_Sharma, which I'll pop up here, or drop a comment in the comment section below. I'm always happy to reply to the comments, reply to any DMs on my personal Instagram. And yeah, this is a topic I get asked about quite a bit, so I just wanted to sit down and talk about it. So there you go. I'll let you guys know, of course, what I plan to do in the future with this loose skin. But that was it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you took something away from it. And I hope I can help out anyone that's in the same situation or is losing that weight and is worried about having that loose skin. But that's it for today's video. Sensei Swole, checking out.